Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Gabriel Portis,
I'm Connor Scalbone.
and we're representing Monsanto Inc. We're really trying to show you guys how to be successful. As a person of color, I know how hard it is to really be successful in the field of business and how few vice presidents and execs there are. And so we want to show you a few tricks and hints on how to do so.
Write something important on your phone. We're going to teach you how to write well because these men all have two things in common. They're all very wealthy and they all know how to write. And I bet you they didn't sit on their phone during lectures learning how to write.
So, why are we here? We want y'all to get the bag. So, in order to get the bag and get a lot of money, you have to be able to write well and be successful in doing so. You're going to create plenty of opportunities for yourself. So we're going to give you some tips on how not to write well. This is really important if you really want to make it out and not live paycheck to paycheck your whole life. Like, my parents struggled a lot and a lot of others do, so if you want to take care of your family, it'd be really important to hear us out. So 3 things. Spelling and grammar errors, really important to take a look at. You have Microsoft Word, you have all of these tools to look at the grammar, spelling, all that stuff. Get to the point and not have long sentences. And don't procrastinate. Procrastinating is pretty tough. I was in high school once. You could really solve that by being ahead and being early. So first off, we're going to do grammar and spelling. Check for those. It's really simple. And long sentences, if you take a look at this, it's pretty easy to check for that. Do you want to read this? Not really. So make sure you get to the point with all of what you do. And then lastly, don't procrastinate. So one does not simply write a paper the night before it's due. It's pretty funny, I used to laugh at this when I was in college, you don't have to really do a lot, but you have to be ahead and be early. We're vice presidents, we know what it looks like to have something that's not good. And so if you take your time to invest in it, it's going to really help you out and show you're professional and get credibility.
So, knowing how to write well. Know your audience and your position. You need to know who you are talking to and you need to know what you are writing to. They are going to reflect and they're going to perceive your writing. So if you want to talk to your audience, you need to connect with them. If you're communicating in their style, they're actually going to probably respond to it well and how you want them to. If you're talking to a VP, be sophisticated, be formal, be very formal. If you're talking to maybe a colleague or someone who is just a superior, you might be a little less formal, but know who you're talking to. Be clear, direct, and concise. Don't put in these filler words. Do not try to write poetry. You are not Shakespeare. You need to just get straight to the point, black and white, set in stone. Have your message set so you know exactly what you're saying and they know exactly what you are saying. Let's see. Imagine you're writing in a conversation, you are talking to this person and they're talking to you. You want to be authentic, you want to be genuine, kind of similar to the know your audience and who you're talking to. Bill Gates, that man is one of the world's richest people in the world, and he obviously knows how to write very well. Richard Sherman would not have known how to apply for scholarships, how to become even a professional athlete, probably had he not known how to write. And especially with Lil Wayne, he was one of the #1 writers in his school, and his business is writing. His music are lyrics. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to write. He would not be where he is today if he did not know how to write.
Yeah, this is really important, You have to write on different levels and know really how to connect with people. If I'm looking at an email, Lil Wayne had to write to people to get his venues to have a concert, right? Richard Sherman, like he said, had to write scholarships. And it's just important, Bill Gates, he didn't even finish college, but he was a good writer. And so we really want you to pay attention to these tricks, know these tips, and it'll help you out in the long run, especially if you want to make a lot of money and to be successful. We're in these positions because we can write well, and you go through a lot of adversity. Well, writing, it can fix a lot of that.
Every single successful person or anybody who's gone anywhere in life outside of working in a fast food restaurant, how to flip burgers, knows how to write well and how to communicate in the business sector. You will not, I can guarantee, you will not make it far outside of high school if you do not know how to write.
So before we open this up for questions, we just want to ask, who wants to be successful in here? Show of hands.
what I thought.
Writing well will get you there.
That's it for the presentation.
You have any questions?
No questions?
You know, I think this is all BS, you know? I mean, how's this gonna help me feed my kid? She's coming up like in a month, right? This school is hardly worth my time, let alone any of this stuff.
So we're in a competitive workforce, you know. Whether you want to be in the trades, you know, be a plumber, you still have to write reports. So school is really important to be able to get that job, and people can show your credibility and your hard work through school, and especially through your writing. You can open up opportunities to be able to feed your kid. You know, you can apply to that job and knows how to use your skills.
Yeah, I was talking to the manager at McDonald's, and she said I can start tomorrow. I mean, nobody wants to work up here, right? I mean, they're frickin' terrified.
I mean, if you got a kid coming along the way, you want to do well for them, right? You want to provide for them, right?
You know?
Obviously. If you're working at McDonald's, you know how hard that's going to be. You know the struggles that are going to come with that.
Dude.
Knowing how to write is going to help you provide for your family and how you're going to succeed in your life. It is probably one of the most crucial, important aspects of succeeding.
So all your company does is destroy the environment and poison people, like over that high school last year? I mean, that was frickin' gross, right? Why should I become like you guys?
Well, we're not living paycheck to paycheck, and we're successful, and we know how to write.
And we make a lot of money, but also we're taking initiatives to improve as a company. But I mean, Richard Sherman, he works for the NFL. They're doing a lot of things and injustices to people in their company. Lil Wayne, he was screwed over by his record label, but he still makes a lot of money. So sometimes you have to put yourself in this position to make change and to make money in order to do so.
Pretty harsh, huh?
Yeah.
Guys did a great job. Well done.